And action. Hi everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Brandon. We're talking about one of the most ambitious movies in film history.
We're talking about one of the most ambitious movies in crossover history.
Josh, I'm really sorry, man. I'm sorry. Bro,
I can't work like this.
I'm sorry, bro. It won't happen again. It won't happen again, I promise.
We're supposed to be professionals.
I know. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Let's just start over. Let's do this. Good.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Hi everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Brandon.
We're the Curbstone Savants. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most ambitious crossover events in... Why don't you just take it?
I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. Hello. I'm kind of in the middle of... Whoa. Calm down. Okay, no, look, you're not making much sense right now. What do you mean people are disappearing? That doesn't make Okay, fine. Look, I'm coming. Look. Yeah. Look. No, this can wait. I'm coming. Just give me a minute. Josh, this is really weird. But my girl's scared. Look. Let's just pick this up next week. Go. Josh? Josh, this isn't funny, man. Josh. Hello, everybody. We are the Curbstone Savants. I'm Brandon.
I'm Josh.
And today we are hopping on the hype train. We are going to be discussing the greatest movie to come out in the past year. Shoveling that coal into the hype train. We are talking about Avengers Endgame. But not only talking about Avengers Endgame, we are talking about
Marvel Cinematic
Universe as a whole. So, before we get into the whole part, Josh, tell me, what did you feel about this movie?
It was absolutely fantastic. It was everything.
It was everything.
You know, the culmination of 11 years with the same franchise, 22 movies, building the entire world up as a whole, and tying themselves all together through what's essentially the biggest thing to hit screens.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it spoiler-free.
This is a spoiler-free video that's going to be in the description, but it bears repeating.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, without getting into spoiler territory, it tickled my sci-fi funny bone.
Mm-hmm.
It set things up for, different ways that they can take it in the future.
Yeah.
They closed so many story arcs,
mm-hmm.
In excellent ways, eloquent ways. And they had so much fun doing it along the way.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, I thought I was attached to characters in the X-Men series when I watched Logan and Charles Xavier died. But, man, by the end of this, I was shaking from how good and how big this was. That's my thought.
Yeah, I have to agree. There were so many aspects of this movie that just brought out so much emotion for me.
His heart grew 3 sizes.
Oh my god, bro! Like, it takes place right after the snap of Infinity War, and just seeing the raw emotion of the remaining characters having to live day by day of, not only realizing that half of the world's population is gone, not just the people,
population.
Right? The universe's population is gone. The vast majority of the animals are gone, and people are walking around in disarray. And these heroes have to realize, I failed.
Mm-hmm.
I failed. My sole job, my sole purpose on this planet was to make a difference in the world around me, and I failed. And they totally captured that. The humorous aspects of this movie were kind of very well spaced out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty on point. As well,
They were
I will
very
say.
well spaced out, but
Genuinely funny moments.
genuinely funny moments.
Characters you both would and wouldn't expect it from inappropriate settings.
Yeah,
You know, they definitely weren't making light of this plot.
yeah, they definitely weren't. And when it hit hard, it really hit home as
Yeah,
far
they didn't
as
pull punches.
no punches pulled. Yeah, it really hit home as far as the struggle and the triumph of this movie.
Real roller coaster.
I've never been in a movie theater where people were screaming at the screen in triumph over like they were watching a sports game. It was
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
It's really cool to see that the the nerd fandoms can finally celebrate things the way that sports fans do, and we do, man. We got my theater was hype at so many
Oh, yeah.
parts, and I did hear people cry. I cried myself at parts.
Yeah.
It was emotionally impactful the way that I don't think very many, if any, movies really have.
No.
They definitely have been very emotional movies, but
Oh yeah,
it didn't hit the same way that 11. That's half my life, man.
yeah.
I grew up with this cast of heroes. That's
Yeah.
a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, myself as well. Like this franchise, this saga means so much to so many people. Like for instance, when I first started seeing the movies, I was not seeing them with my brother, but I started watching these movies with my older brother. Growing up, we loved each other, but we didn't have much of a relationship.
No.
And then when we started seeing these movies,
Gave you something to kind of bond over.
it not only gave us something to bond over, but I appreciate so much of the fact that after we watch the movies, we sometimes go in the parking lot and it will spill over into real life. We talk about our lives. I could bring up stuff that I was concerned about in my life, and he would have an answer for me. And we built a bond around these movies to the point
I
where
made friends over these movies.
yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Like, there's something that can be said about movies that can bring people together.
Really.
And yeah, there are movies that come out and people may share a common interest, but I have never seen in my life, other than Star Wars, of course.
Yeah.
But I personally have never been so attached to something, and I've seen all around me just how much it brings people together.
Absolutely.
So, we love this movie. The world loves this movie. Go see this movie if you have not. If you've seen
Do
it
yourself
already,
a favor.
God damn, you go see it again. It's just that good. But
I do. I'm planning to see it again.
yeah, I just might as well. But
I don't really pre-order Blu-rays, but this is definitely going to be one
Oh.
to pick up.
that makes two of us. Okay, so now that we've gotten over the initial gush factor of this movie,
Right.
and since there was no end-credit sequence,
Yeah. There was nothing to set us up for the next movie right afterwards.
yeah, which was fitting. I thought that I would be mad at that.
It
Yeah,
just kind of, they jumped right into it. And
Which-
it felt so natural.
yeah, it really did. It really did. I really enjoyed that aspect of.
And that naturalness, I hope, is something that they can bring into the next film going forward, which I think the next film is Far From Home.
Yes, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
But that poses an interesting, that leaves a lot of doors open, don't you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think that they kind of planned for that, but I was initially hoping and waiting to see the end credit sequence because, where is this going to go? Like, are they going to hint at anything?
I was seeing headlines of that everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't, need to wait.
Yeah. And I guess we're going to see something at the end credits of Far From Home.
Okay.
I can only hope. Because I understand that I'm not going to be getting the same feelings. I understand that they are probably not going to catch lightning in a bottle twice. The quality of the movies is going to be the same. I wholeheartedly
They've set a
trust
high
that.
bar for themselves after this point.
Absolutely.
So they have to keep up,
Yeah.
like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has to be big.
Yeah.
Far From Home has to be big,
Yeah.
which it looks like it's going to be.
Yeah.
All of them.
But it begs the question, where do you think this is going to go?
Where are they going to take it?
Where are they going to take it?
I mean, they've opened the door for new teams. They've opened
Absolutely.
up new realms for mutants and Inhumans, and I was thinking about this the other day, and the Marvel universe the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm sorry, has gotten so vast now.
Yeah.
We have multiple different planet storylines tied together with that of Earth. We have different realms between the quantum realm and the magic realm introduced with Doctor Strange and
Right.
Ant-Man. We have so much.
Yeah.
And we even have the Infinity Stones now, created by the Immortals.
Yeah.
They've opened the door for any comic book story
Wow.
that they want. Any single one.
Yeah.
They've opened that door now. It's huge. And that makes it hard for me to narrow down where I think they're gonna go with this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's very fair to say, especially when you put it that way. I mean, I didn't even think of that. There is the astral plane, there is the quantum realm.
Mm-hmm.
There are just so many characters within those. Like you said, that the astral plane, we have Mephisto, we have Blackheart.
Yep.
And I understand that we did a Mephisto already. But still, wait, no.
They did more
Dormammu. It was Dormammu.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
they can introduce Mephisto.
Yeah.
Especially with his storyline interweaving with Spider-Man's in the comics at a certain point. They can do Mephisto.
Yeah, and that's just the point. There's just so much that they can do with so many different people, and I think that it was really smart that they didn't put themselves in a box by showing something off too soon at the end of Endgame.
Right, they set no expectations moving forward.
Yeah.
They've left it open for their interpretation and our interpretation.
Genius, but
Truly.
moving a little forward with this, you said something that stood out to me, and I promise I'll keep this quick because I have a lot to say on this topic. You said the freaking X-Men. Now, first off, let me do a little disclaimer. Grew up on the X-Men, watched the
Also
X-Men,
grew up
loved
on
the
the
X-Men,
Absolutely.
read the X-Men. Like my
Watch
older
the
brother.
cartoons.
Yes, my older brother had the comics, a comic
I
subscription.
never got to read the comics.
Oh my god!
So jealous.
I read the comics, watch it, and Marvel, Disney Marvel has greatly exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
Fox and Sony have not. So my thing is, if
Disney owns Fox now.
well, yeah, like pre Disney merger, they have not. I'm just going to tell you, all the X-Men movies suck, bro. Like
They're all really bad.
they're all really bad. But what about freaking First Class? It was alright. It wasn't great. No, there's nothing great about them. And then you have
Okay.
Okay. What?
Two amazing things that came out of the original X-Men trilogy are the castings for Wolverine and Charles Xavier.
That's about it. And that's not saying much. I'm sorry.
But they were able to build so much with those two characters and weave enough of a narrative between the two of them across the shitty movies that I had an emotional reaction towards those characters when they were put in their own character biopic. When they narrowed down on those characters that I'd grown up with.
Yeah. I can respect that. But as we both know that the X-Men aren't just based around those characters. They got those two characters so right, and they just got everyone else
They're
so
not
wrong.
just built off those characters.
Yeah, and like, okay, we have.
But in terms of establishing a universe going forward,
yeah,
they have a good generation of people that are used to them that maybe didn't also grow up with the comics.
and that's fair. And with that being said, I hope that
X-Men sacrificed itself for our sins. And just
it sacrificed itself for a lot of things, dude. Because essentially, they showed us with the X-Men movies what not to do. As far as I'm concerned, they showed us what not to do. And moving forward, I really hope that Disney just starts from scratch. Like Sophie Turner, the young lady that's going to play Jean Grey in the new movie coming up in a couple of months, Dark Phoenix. Hey,
Good luck.
Love you in Game of Thrones. Excellent actress, beautiful actress, everything that upcoming Hollywood needs. So she's going to have a great future in Hollywood. I don't doubt it for a second. Don't want to see her or anyone else that have been in the X-Men franchise as X-Men characters in the movies. I just want them to start fresh. It has left a bad taste in my mouth. And the thing is, I'm not concerned. I know that Disney Marvel can do it. This is the same cast that gave us Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. They gave us Chris Hemsworth as freaking Thor. They gave us Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow.
Chris Evans as Captain America.
And so on and so forth. Every single person that they have cast for these characters, you can see as these characters. Even Chris Pratt as Peter Quill. People didn't necessarily know who Star-Lord was. But at the end of that, because his acting was so good after casting, every time you see him, that's freaking Star-Lord.
Who are you? Star-Lord. Who? Star-Lord? Great bounty hunter in the universe? Nothing? No.
Excellent movie. Can't wait to see the third. But I'm very unconcerned with their ability to make great X-Men movies. I just want it done right. I don't want people to have their powers mixed up for no freaking reason. But I digress with the X-Men. I just want to see it done right. Let's get down to the villains. Thanos, by far, is one of the greatest villains that we've ever seen in cinema history.
And I think because of how successful he was, they're going to start looking at investing more in their villains. Because if you look at before they've introduced Thanos, all villains prior either join the hero side or are swiftly defeated and forgotten.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Killmonger.
R.I.P. Ultron.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You know, that's cool. You have the smaller baddies that build up to the bigger baddies, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But it says something when you invest in your villain. When you have a villain that exists in not just the meta-narrative, but the overarching narrative of everything. And, I mean, what kind of villains would you like to see them kind of explore going forward? We kind of brought up Mephisto a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
kind of a pseudo-villain, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 do come in mind. Since we just got done talking about X-Men, if you're going to have all these superheroes coming together for a greater cause to stop a powerful force, the first that comes to mind for me would be Onslaught, the hell spawn of the minds of Magneto and Charles Xavier.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, like, and going back into comic book lore, the Hulk has fought Onslaught, the Avengers have fought Onslaught, and of course the X-Men have fought Onslaught. So I think that one would be pretty easy to assume that they could properly bring to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Another would be my second place choice, which would be Super Skrull.
Okay.
Super Skrull would be amazing. We've already seen the Skrulls in Captain Marvel. There could be a twist because they were initially a peaceful race of aliens.
You could have sects that are...
Yeah.
And I've said this before talking about Captain Marvel in groups. You can have sects of Skrulls that never really got over the betrayal.
Yeah.
And so they just went rogue.
Yeah. And it's been a good amount of time. It's been a good amount of time between when we are first introduced to the Skrulls in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it is now 2019, so a lot of time has passed between then.
Yeah.
And,
you can still do Secret Wars. You also can't forget my boy, Dr. Doom!
Dr. freaking Doom, yes.
Who can save us? Doom can!
Dr. Doom would be an amazing choice. It would be an excuse for us to be introduced to the Fantastic Four because, let's just face it, all of those movie stuff, Michael B. Jordan, I love you. Like, you were good in Creed. You were...
Fant Force Stick is a stain on your reputation.
Yeah.
You should feel bad.
But, again, this is in the hands of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I really believe that...
Just give every movie going forward to the Russo brothers.
Fantastic Four,
please? X-Men, just burn them out.
Hey, Russo
burn them out on Marvel.
Right. You like money, right? Just keep on doing what we ask of you. But yeah, it will be a great introduction for the Fantastic Four that can be done right, especially with the with the Skrull invasion. You can get the Fantastic Four involved in that. You can get the X-Men involved in that. There's a lot that you can actually do with all three of these villains. So something along those lines, and something that they all have in common is they're all epic.
Yes.
They are all epic
Very
villains that you can have multiple movies on.
And in Doom's case, he's very dramatic.
Yeah, absolutely. And another great villain that is not just brawn. He's very smart, very inquisitive, and very twisted as well. Like one of my favorite lines from Doctor Doom in the Marvel vs. Capcom series is, "I just won my battle. Everyone will applaud until I say otherwise. The first person that stops applauding will be shot on sight." That just gives you the kind of mind that this man has.
Yeah.
So
that gets you perfectly in line with that. And, you know, I mean, with Far From Home, it's looking like they are going to invest in their villain. Looks like they are going to invest heavily into Mysterio.
Yeah.
And what kind of dynamic he can have between himself and Spider-Man.
Yeah. You know, that's kind of interesting because just today there was a photo that was released and it shows Peter Parker and Mysterio. Mysterio, thank you, God. It shows them in a scene in the movie and they're talking. They're just talking back and forth.
Does he have the fishbowl on?
He does not have it on. And the crazy thing is Peter doesn't have his mask on. So this leads me to believe that he's still kind of reeling from the he's still kind of reeling from the snap. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's looking for some like sense of purpose. He's looking for
some PTSD.
Yeah,
a lot of things.
Because he is far from home. He can't depend on Tony Stark now. So he's kind of doing things on his own. So yeah. It just feels like there's a lot that can be done with these movies and their villains. But
that even ties it directly into the next portion.
Oh yeah.
You know. What kind of teams
do you
think they're going to form up? We talked about the wide open door. I mean, what do you think? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Like Avengers West Coast? You thinking Young Avengers, New Avengers?
Probably New Avengers and possibly Young Avengers. Everybody's
talking about Young Avengers.
Yeah, there have been some rumblings as far as who we could see next. I think one of the most intriguing possibilities is, I forget her name, but she is the older daughter in Blackish, and they're saying that she could be playing the role of Ironheart.
Okay.
So just having her in the movie could be great.
She'll have to get her own intro movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've even heard some rumblings of She-Hulk because it's kind of hard for them to...
Well, what if they follow Pepper Potts as Iron Woman until we get to the potential Riri storyline?
I did a little research on that. That's actually canon.
Yeah.
Pepper Potts' character in the Iron Man suit is named Rescue.
Yeah.
And she does have a bit of a minor role, so yeah, possibly.
I mean, we got Rhodey as War Machine.
Absolutely.
Who's basically Iron Man.
Yeah, who's basically Iron Man.
Paralyzed Iron Man, but
paralyzed Iron Man. A lot more menacing Iron Man because he does have that Gatling gun on his shoulder.
Which is awesome.
Freaking awesome.
I don't know. I think I would be more afraid of nanotech Iron Man. More than Gatling gun Iron Man, to be honest with you.
They're my skin! They're my skin!
Anyway.
But yeah, like... man, there's just so...
Like, Young Avengers, especially with how young Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
We do have a very young Spider-Man now.
Yeah, and not only that, but going back to the X-Men. In the Ultimate Spider-Man arc, Peter does wind up dating, Kitty Pryde.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there could be an arc with that. Like, it doesn't work out with Mary Jane, and then he winds up getting with someone that does have superpowers and understands the struggle that he's going through. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, sky is the freaking limit. Question for you, though. If there is any point of a new Avenger, a new crossover that we have not seen yet, who do you want to see?
I want Deadpool to meet Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I want to see that interaction.
Yeah.
I want to see both of them team up again with the Avengers.
Yeah.
And, man, with Deadpool, they need to bring the X-Men.
Yeah. I would love to see Wolverine as
I
a
would-
freaking Avenger.
I would love for Deadpool to be the glue that they use to stitch together the Avengers and X-Men.
Yeah. Ooh.
Because we've already been introduced to him.
Yeah.
We've already been exposed to new X-Men that we haven't seen before,
Yeah.
at least in reasonable light, on screen, with Deadpool. So he's already got an in with the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just makes sense.
In your own twisted way, yes, it does. Like, yeah. Yeah, that does make sense, having Deadpool bridge the gap between the two. Because they...
Probably won't do it,
Right. Right, but
but it'd be cool.
one could dream. One could hope.
I mean, the door's open for it at this point.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's open for any direction that they want to take it.
Mm. You know what I would like to see? I would... We have them on the small screen on Netflix. I would love if they gave Daredevil a big screen debut and
That
did it
would be
right.
cool.
Oh my god, bro. Just
Daredevil
the
like Spider-Man
possibility.
does need to happen.
Yeah, I mean, because they've already built up this story around him.
Oh, and Punisher?
And Punisher as well, yeah. They could easily have their own movie. It would be a bit more edgy, it would be more mature. But come on. That is our video. But where would you like to see the Marvel Cinematic Universe go?
What were your thoughts on Endgame?
What are your thoughts? Please.
Do you want us to do a spoiler version of this same thing, focused entirely on Endgame? Let us know. Give us a like, comment,
Or a subscription.
or downvote if you hate us. Stab us in the back. It's fine.
There's no such thing as bad publicity or bad suggestions. So, at any rate, I'm Brandon.
And I'm Josh.
We're the Curbstone Savants. See you next time.